Things to know before visiting Tokyo. 1. Purchase an eSIM card online, which makes connecting your phone to international data cheap and instant as soon as you land. 2. Prep your drugstore essentials. You can buy almost anything in Tokyo, but it often won't be the same brand you have at home, and the packaging is unlikely to be printed in English. Rather than going on a wild goose chase here, it's a lot easier to bring baby products, over-the-counter medications, prescription drugs, and any other essentials from home. Just double-check that your meds are legal in Japan. 3. Download some essential apps before you arrive. For getting around Tokyo on public transport, download Japan Travel by Navitime. It has a travel route planning function, plus info on renting cars, exchanging currency, and weather forecasts. For peace of mind, Safety Tips is another handy free app. It sends emergency alerts and has info on everything you need to know in the event of a quake, typhoon, or tsunami, as well as how to find an English-speaking doctor. 4. Stay at least a week. You can have a great 48 hours, but scheduling a week means you can slow down for a more immersive experience and add side trips. From big-ticket sites to hands-on experiences, there's no shortage of things to do in Tokyo before heading off on day trips to the historic temples and shrines of Kamakura, the World Heritage Sites of Nikko, or the trails of Matakao. 5. Fashion-wise, almost anything goes, but check the forecast. At the risk of sounding boring, knowing what to wear in Tokyo is often more about being sensible than following fashion. Pack for the weather. The summer heat and humidity are especially draining, and you'll see lots of locals in hats, shorts, and t-shirts, though it's very uncommon to see anyone showing much skin on their upper body. In the pre-summer rainy season, an umbrella is better than a rain jacket, as the humidity can turn even Gore-Tex into a sauna suit. 6. Be ready to wobble. With close to 2,000 feelable tremors in Japan annually, the locals are used to quakes. Thankfully, around 90% of structures in Tokyo are earthquake-resistant, including everything built after stricter laws were enacted in 1982. You also might encounter a typhoon or two if visiting between May and October. The south and west of Japan typically bear the worst of the typhoons as they initially hit land, with Tokyo often receiving the less powerful death throes. 7. Unfortunately, discrimination isn't unheard of. Japan tends to both accept and discriminate quietly. As a traveler, it's unlikely you will be turned away from a bar or restaurant for being foreign unless it's in a red light area. But it can happen, especially if you are a gaijin, foreigner, from Southeast Asia or Africa. There are no laws against same-sex relationships, and, with Shinjuku Nichomi, Tokyo has one of the largest and most vibrant LGBTQ+ districts in Asia. 8. Learn simple but important words. One of the best ways to make small connections with the locals is to know some Japanese words. Japanese people have been very welcoming and always ready to help out when in need. Here are some words to know for your travels. Sumimasen. Excuse me or I'm sorry. Arigato. Arigato gozaimasu. Formal. Thank you, konnichiwa. Hello, good afternoon. Doko desu ka? Where is it? Oishi desu. It is delicious or tasty 9. Pasmo passport and Suica card. When you arrive at the Haneda airport, you will be able to buy a physical Pasmo passport. This, similarly to the Suica card, is a rechargeable card you use for both transportation and shopping. These cards are not refundable, so I recommend using it mainly for transportation, but use it for shopping to clear out the card when, if needed. 10. Be on time. When it comes to transportation, everything is precise. If your train or bus is scheduled for 9:35 a.m., it will arrive at 9:35 a.m. and leave at 9:50 a.m. While that's not the confirmed timing, that's what it always seemed like. In other words, you cannot be a minute late or early. Things to do in Tokyo. 1. Tokyo Skytree. Discover the tallest tower in the world. Yes, the Tokyo Skytree is not only the tallest structure in Japan, but also the tallest tower globally, standing at a mammoth height of 634 meters. You can ascend the building to see breathtaking, panoramic views of the city. On a clear day, you can even see Mount Fuji in the distance. 2. Shinjuku Gyoen. Welcome to Shinjuku Gyoen, a tranquil oasis at the heart of bustling Tokyo, once only reserved for royalty. Escape the bright lights and crowds and enter a natural garden of 144 acres, full of trees, traditional Japanese gardens, flowers, and unique plants. Situated right in the middle of the city, Shinjuku-gyoen is often compared to New York's Central Park, providing an escape for Tokyo residents throughout different seasons of the year. 3 TeamLab planets. One of the best things to do in Tokyo is to experience the magic of TeamLab planets, a sensory museum experience with large-scale art spaces. Move through a series of rooms, each home to a unique experience, from giant glowing orbs and lights to water spaces filled with flowers and mirrors. Yordam Sensoji. Sensoji is one of the most sacred sites in the world and the most visited temple in Japan. The traditional Red Temple, home to a stunning 5-story pagoda, is particularly important to the Japanese and Tokyo residents. It is also the location of many important festivals throughout the year. Legend has it that 2 brothers found a cannon statue in the river, and when they let it go, it kept returning to them. The area's chief at the time recognized this phenomenon and wanted to house the statue in his home. He even remodeled it to become a place of worship, which is now Sensoji. 5. Kokyo Castle, Imperial Palace. The Imperial Palace of Tokyo is an icon of the city, a fortified castle that sits high up on a stone embankment surrounded by a moat. The imperial family live here, giving it extraordinary importance in Japan. Although the palace itself is not open to the public in general, it's surrounded by a vast park, so there's plenty to explore. 6th, Shibuya Crossing. Think of Tokyo, and the incredible setting of Shibuya Crossing immediately jumps to mind. This is the busiest crossing in Japan, if not in the world, where surrounding skyscrapers, huge glowing advertisements, and flashing traffic lights bathe pedestrians in a neon glow as they cross the intersection. 7. Shimokitazawa. What better way to spend an afternoon than vintage shopping in the trendiest district of Tokyo, Shimokitazawa? This spiderweb of streets is made up of thrift stores, record shops, street art, and plenty of aesthetic cafes. Frequented by all the most stylish people of the city, each hunting through the shops to find their vintage treasures. 8. Trip to Fuji. No trip to Tokyo would be complete without a visit to Mount Fuji. And the good news is that it's easily accessible on a day trip. The incredible area around Mount Fuji is home to 5 beautiful lakes, which you can visit for stunning views of the active volcano. The natural beauty here is exceptional, and in each season, you'll find something different to look at. Whether it's the reds of the fall forests, the cherry blossom hues in spring, or the snow-capped peak of the volcano in winter. 9. See the snow monkeys. Seeing snow monkeys in their natural habitat is a bucket list experience and, without a doubt, one of the best things to do on your trip to Tokyo. Just a 3-hour drive away is the city of Nagano, which is a jumping-off point to see these remarkable animals. 10. Trip to Kamakura. A world away from the bright neon lights of Tokyo, but just 1.5 hours by car, is the charming fishing village of Kamakura. Quite unexpectedly, this Japanese seaside town is a favorite for surfers and city slickers who come here for their beach holidays. Enjoy some downtime here, explore the hiking trails, take in the views of the sea, and swim during the summer months. The town is also home to some fantastic ancient architecture and beautiful temples and shrines, making it exceptionally peaceful. Overall, Tokyo is a dazzling metropolis that seamlessly blends futuristic innovation with deep-rooted tradition. From its towering skyscrapers and bustling streets to serene temples and cherry blossoms, the city offers endless discoveries. As a global hub of technology, culture, and cuisine, Tokyo captivates visitors with its unique charm and energy. Also, check the description below. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe.